Hi, I'm Scott Crawford, and I use a power wheelchair for mobility. I've lived with multiple sclerosis since 1999, so it's been 25 years now. The ADA is the disability community's civil rights law. It stands for the Americans with Disabilities Act. It was signed in 1990 by George Herbert Walker Bush. It took 2 decades of concerted effort by heroes and heroines in the disability community to advocate, to protest, and to literally shut down bus systems and federal buildings to get folks to listen. I moved to Jackson in late 2006, and by early 2007, I was trying to use the fixed route system to get around here. I discovered that we hadn't maintained the bus lifts, and I was being left on the side of the road day in and day out. Basically, our local transportation provider wasn't complying with the Americans with Disabilities Act, so my first mission was to bring us into compliance with the transportation features of the Americans with Disabilities Act. It was a struggle. We took a lawsuit that we won, and over the last 17 years, we've made a lot of progress to make our transportation system welcoming to people of all abilities. And so now I ride the fixed route way more often than I ride paratransit. I roll myself to a nearby bus stop. We have a new app, which is great. It shows me exactly where the bus is, and so I know when to go out to the bus stop. It's freedom to me. It's my independence. It's a huge blessing. I can go to grocery stores now. It's one thing to have accessible, affordable transportation, but if you can't get to and from the sidewalk with a cane or a walker or with a mobility disability safely, it's all for naught. It's incumbent upon us, especially along major transit corridors where we have fixed route systems, to build accessible ADA compliant sidewalks so we have livable communities, a community in which you don't necessarily have to have a car to do every last trip. And that benefits us throughout the lifespan, because as people become older, they may not wish to drive, they may not be safe to drive. And it's good to have that alternative. We've worked hard to get grant funding from the federal government to create walkable, livable sidewalks and mass transit. And I just wish every community had the livability that my community has now, because it just fosters independence and integration throughout the lifespan. I can do more for myself, and in the long run, it saves society money. I'm proud and grateful that at least my little neighborhood here in Jackson has embraced inclusivity. Don't give up. You have to believe ADA into existence. You have to believe it can happen, and you have to insist upon it happening.